Don't look under the internet.
Things. Let's do our best to line this up. Ready? On 3. When I say go, just give it a clap, okay? When you hear me say go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh god, there's such a delay.
I did that on purpose, just so you know.
That is.
I hate you. Well, on that note, hello, everyone. Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet.
Hello.
An internet horror, comedy, drama, suspense, thriller of a podcast. I'm your host, Squib Bitbly. And with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Jason.
Hello.
And Dougledore.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, that's the one. Weird, right? That we're recording on a Thursday, but you don't know that, listener, because to you, it happened on the same day as always. What are you talking about? Nothing happened.
There's no secrets here on Diluti. We're always bare to the world.
Can we do an episode where we just gaslight the listeners at one point for the entire time? I don't know what.
That is so fucking hilarious that you say that.
I really need that to happen.
I know.
I have a smidge of Diluti housekeeping.
Up above your head.
And we're going to get...
We've got Mario doing housekeeping.
What?
You're like, it's a me.
It's a me.
It's a me,
Mike.
a Luigi.
It's a me, housekeeping.
Housekeeping. So, I really only have one person to shout out, but I'm going to shout him out. We're going to play the old-fashioned Diluti game of name or bad.
Name or bad.
And here's how it goes. This is
Bad.
the name. So over on our Patreon, patreon.com/DilutiPod, we have Baka for Brains.
Baka for brains.
So shit for brains.
I can't help but smile at that.
Yeah, Baka for Brains.
I mean, they know it. We know it.
Baka.
I guess it's good.
I'm okay with that one. I think
everything is right with the world.
I think that's up there with, like, what was the other one? Was like Brandon Fingal or whatever.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. From last week.
Yeah,
What
Brandon
the fuck
Fingal
was there?
or whatever. What's up,
That one
Fingal?
kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one broke me a little bit.
Yeah.
That is going to conclude housekeeping. It was very short housekeeping, but if you
Wow, fuckers.
want to give us some sort of currency for episodes,
I hate this.
then you can go
like
to
this.
diluti.com or patreon.com/dilutipod and become a member. And when you do that, you get stuff. What do you say? You just fucking do it.
Mike,
God, I need the money.
I would buy any product you like fucking push or hawk to anybody. I would probably buy.
Come on.
It's just the air of desperation that does it for me.
This is why Mike is no longer in sales.
Yep, I just gave up all hope of selling.
No, doesn't he work at the library now?
Damn it.
What'd you have, Mike?
So
I'm sorry.
I gave up all hope
I know
on
this is your thing.
No, yeah, I started working at the library lately. The only problem is I don't know how to pronounce the library I work at.
I believe the name you're looking for is Parousia.
Porunga?
Nope.
Oh,
Pariah.
Poo-poo. Poo-poo pee-pee.
The Poopanunu People Library.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you say it again?
I'm guessing it's
Parousia.
Parousia.
We're talking about Parousia Public Library today.
Parousia.
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 don't come at us if we're saying it wrong. And I mean, shit,
Please.
y'all probably don't fucking know what this is, so I don't care.
Yeah. So we
The internet doesn't know.
we
what
went
this
back
is.
to our, I wouldn't say roots, but we went back to YouTube and
We went back
we
to-
found something.
We went back to YouTube. Yeah.
We found something that is pretty damn niche. Almost no one has seen this. Like every video has like maybe 800 views, and they only have, I think it's like 3,000 subscribers or something. It's a very, very small channel.
No, I think it's 300.
Yeah, it's a very small
I
channel.
think it's 366.
Hot damn.
It's not much.
No, and
It's
so here's what we're gonna do.
How do you feel? How?
We're going to talk about this interesting thing. So it's it looks like it's a library of videos, assortments of videos. And where
Library of 9 videos.
where do
yes.
these 9 videos start? Except the beginning.
Always at the beginning.
Always at the beginning. So who wants to get us kind of started?
I'll start us off here. I want to say this is another one of those ones that we're going to talk about where I guess it's the just best if you were to, I guess, watch along with us.
I enjoy that aspect.
And honestly, I don't know if we can say that with complete honesty either. I don't know if that's the best way to go about it or not. I don't know a good way to go about this.
Follow along at home.
Yeah.
Get yourself a bag of pizza combos because it's the best snack ever invented.
That's
And
debatable.
sit down, hunker down, go to YouTube, look up Parabolic Public Library, whatever it's called. and
Hyperbolic Time Chamber Library.
have a good time.
See what happens when we're not there, Doug? He brings the snacks out, and it's
No one's there to
just-
tame them.
No, he's
I'm a
he's got his
pig.
little hidey
I like how he has
near the.
I like how he has the
sump pump.
camera set up like there should be someone else sitting next to him.
Yeah, like
But
there's-
instead he's just like this little blip in the corner.
I was thinking of putting
Yeah.
the skeleton here, but I forgot.
Skeleton.
So I
What's
set
his- what did we
everything
call
up.
him?
Saul Skeleton?
Is that what we named him?
Yeah, you named the other one Dangly Bits. He's upstairs.
Dangly
yeah,
Bits.
He's upstairs.
I knew that was a weird name for.
Anyways, so getting us back
Anyways, go ahead, Doug.
into this topic. Again, I guess we're gonna call this an analog horror, for the lack of a better word, I guess. With bits
You
of.
like slideshows?
Do you like B-roll and
We got you.
footage of things?
In PowerPoint.
This is right up your alley then. So we're gonna start with a video entitled "When Scouts Find Your Home," and this opens up with like a library title card, like you rented a video from your local library, and they're like, "Hey, return
Thank you."
this shit, you fuck." You got 2 weeks to return
Yes,
this. Here's the title, and then it says it's March 29th, 2009, and the author is Daniel Park, and it says how to identify a scout with examples, and how to tell if one might have entered your home, and how to ward them off. So we get the classic PowerPoint slides.
Are we thinking about the same kind of scouts?
There's Boy Scouts all over my home.
I really
Right.
don't know. I'm not really.
They keep trying to sell me popcorn, and I want nothing to do with it.
So we really did go back to our roots for this one because I did absolutely no research on any of the other videos except my own.
Dude, yeah. I'm really hoping yours make mine make sense.
So don't expect a deep dive of this by any means, because we're probably gonna just poop all over this at the end. But
well, I mean, to be fair, the deep dive you're talking about, I don't think it really exists around this, just simply because there's no.
I
like,
agree.
There's nothing to explore around it.
I agree with that sentiment fully, and you guys will understand more
Yeah.
as we start talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so we get a PowerPoint slide, and it says warning signs, and it says inclement weather, sudden gusts of wind, tracks from people and animals that are big. And then it just like cuts to a video of some like snow outside, like somebody's looking out their window and they see some snow. And then it
Nice.
cuts back to PowerPoint, and it says more warning signs, and it says sounds outside of your window, loss of power, The feeling of fear or danger that isn't tied to anything specific. And then
Ominous.
auditory hallucinations, which is arguably probably the only one that is kind of actually scary on the list. So,
So far, we're supposed to be afraid of fear itself and things outside of the window.
Footsteps.
are you
Look out
afraid?
for footprints.
The scouts are here.
The scouts are here.
So
Apparently, scouts are a thing for libraries, though. Didn't know that, but in looking this up, there are like
Wait,
library
what?
scouts that like
What does that mean?
I forgot exactly what they do, but that is like a thing. I think they like go out and they like go out and like work with the community.
do they like
for
throw
the library.
books at you and they're like, read?
Do they advance beyond enemy lines and like try to take over, like plant seeds and information in other
Why did-
libraries?
Yeah,
Why
they
didn't we
do,
hit
like
a-
guerrilla warfare?
Like-
Why didn't we hit a Barb? We could have.
Library warfare scouting
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, Barb would know.
Yeah, she'd know.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So all right, so you get that list of shit, and that could possibly mean that the scouts are near or something.
They're here.
So then it cuts to a video of just inside of a dark home, and just someone walking around like straight up in a dark house, and they're like looking in rooms and stuff. And then it cuts to another PowerPoint, and it says location. And it says garages, rooms where electronics are stored, bedrooms of deceased loved ones. And then it cuts back to the dark house, and you can actually kind of tell that it might be a garage that they're filming now.
This sounds more like someone forgot to pay the ComEd bill, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and
Yeah, like your power's going out. Like, just pay
it's kind of
comment.
weird because it's just like, all right, so they go inside the house now, and they're they go in like up these stairs, and then you see like a light in a closet, and then you see like a dark hallway, and nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. It's just a dark home. And then it cuts back to PowerPoint, and it says warding off, and it just says none. Contact with a scout.
Same.
A scout angel is not advised. And no attempt to pray towards the angel, or do not attempt to pray towards the angel because it will aggravate it. And then it's just another shot inside the house of absolutely nothing. And then it ends and it says, email this man at dpark@hotmail.com.
Did you email him?
I sure didn't.
About what?
I don't know.
What is? Just
Yeah.
email him.
Hey, you up?
Send nudes.
Send your nudes to dpark@hotmail.com. Tell him
Send
Deludi
dudes.
told you to do
Yeah, everybody email this man and just say Deludi sent you. But don't be respectful at least. Don't be an asshole. Damn it.
Deludi respectfully sends us.
All right, so that's the first video. And we move to the next video. It's called Cyclone Sandra 91. And I could go about talking about this episode, but to be honest, they just straight up ripped some video of a hurricane and just put that as their video. That's the whole video. If you want to watch just a video
Like a hurricane
of rain
disaster.
and then the aftermath of somebody driving through a town after a hurricane hit their town, watch this video.
Okay.
So I will say, because we're supposed to be, I guess, dissecting this topic as a whole, right?
Yeah, I mean, we are supposed to informing.
Yeah.
What I think may
Go watch it.
what-
I mean, I guess that is our theme is you figure it out. But
what
Fucking, but like we gotta talk about it a little bit, right?
exactly. So what I think they're trying to portray here is that if we remember from the first video, it says inclement weather could be a sign of a scout.
Oh, shit.
And we also heard that the scouts are now angels. I don't know what that means, to be fair. But
Yeah, Scout Angel.
potentially we could did this whole town do something bad? Is angels attacking the entire town of wherever
the whole
this is?
town was late on their book returns.
And if it did,
So they
Yeah, right.
sent in the
They
angel
didn't heed
scouts
the
to get
warning.
him.
They didn't return it within 15 days.
I don't have any other thoughts on this video. There's really nothing more to say. Like the video is literally just exactly what I said. Like, there's nothing to it. There's nothing underlying. There's no hidden meanings as far as I could tell. So I don't know. It
Just
that's
hurricane.
it. That's what we got. We got hurricane. We know the town. Maybe they did something bad. Maybe they didn't. Who
Cool.
knows? Which
Really, we're really hitting it hard with the world building and plot.
oh yeah,
development.
absolutely excellent. Just storytelling all around so far. So we've got our third episode or video.
3.
I'm sorry. So literally all we have so far is that scouts exist and sometimes they're called angels, and a hurricane happened.
You got it, buddy.
Okay. All right. The video 3. I'm waiting.
Quit poo-pooing it.
All right.
I'm not. I need some kind of string to pull on so my shit makes
If
sense.
it makes you feel better,
It doesn't right
this
now.
is the first video that has the most analog horror quality of my 3 that that has. This video has it. It knocks it hits
Okay.
the tropes, right?
It's got the check marks that it hits.
So
Puts the anal in the log.
it
horror.
puts the anal in the log horror. That is absolutely an amazing sentence. So this one's called Parousia Mission Church School Day. And it starts off with the title card just like the other ones did, but this one says that it's from 1/8/89 and that the author is Dominic Ford, which
Ooh, good name.
I forgot to mention. The second video is the author was Jared Klein, which I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but Dominic Ford does come up. I will say I did watch a couple extra videos that were not mine, so I do know that Dominic Ford does come up again in the series. But
Yep.
so this video seems to be directly from the Church of Parousia. We see some text, and it's like basically the church asking teachers to drop kids off so that the teachers can have the day off. Like, hey, are you fucking done with these little shits? Like, bring them to us. And then they're like, we got lots of fucking activities to do. We can handle any kind of fucking behavior that kids have. And then they're
Even Dennis the Menace?
even Menace the Dennis.
Oh my god.
That's some pretty. That's a strut right there.
Yeah, so they're like,
Here at Deludi, we do not condone children. Just gotta say it.
do not condone children. Unrelative to our last episode where Jason really drives that point home for us. So they're trying to like really like fucking like pound it into you that like this is the place to bring your kids, right? And they're like, here's an educational tour, and it's got like like nice little music in the background, and they're like, here's a picture of our church, here's a picture of our worship area, and then it's like this weird black and white photo that looks creepy as all hell, and it's like, this is under construction. And then after
That's
that,
good. At least they let you know.
it shows a picture of a doorway to a dark room with a bed. You can clearly see that this room just has like a bed in it, and it just says the priest's quarters.
I mean, yeah. Priest's got to sleep too, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I will. Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a
just
slight.
this dark
I don't know if that's
room
like a
and-
slight jab, but like, hey, they have a.
Oh, a molest.
They have. They're doing a molest.
They're doing a big molest.
Ah, man,
Okay.
we're right back to the weird. Anyways, then
Jason, quick. Save the
God,
kids.
I will.
insert rant here.
I'll queue up. Yeah, I'll queue up my rant here. Yeah, no, again. I guess we gotta say it. Absolutely. I actually didn't even know this existed in here, but obviously we do not support anything in the realm of anything that we talked about last week. Anything to do with exploiting or just taking advantage of anybody who's a minor. Please, for the love of God, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
If you're gonna fuck with someone, fuck with an adult.
I think that goes without saying, but if you needed to hear it again, please stop.
If it went without saying, we wouldn't have to say it.
All right, so after we see the priest quarters, we get an arts and crafts with the scripture quotes, and it's like you can pick your favorite scripture and make a piece of art with it. And then it cuts like abruptly and kind of turns like black, and then it shows like an example of like what a kid wrote as their scripture quote, and it says, "He lurks within the building. The children must repent. They will be the first to be taken. Do not be afraid of the pain. He is calling us home. The destroyer is already near." And then it just kind of like cuts to a video.
Whoa.
It cuts to like this video of someone like walking up some set of stairs, which looks like he's going right into the same picture of where the priest's quarters were. And then
I was really thinking you were gonna start rhyming, but none of that rhymed, and I'm a little disappointed. You went with repent. I'm like, oh yeah, tell him to get bent. You didn't even do that.
hey, I'm not gonna help him out. I'm not gonna help him out with this one. So yeah, we get that video where it looks like somebody's like going up some stairs that lead to that priest quarters, and then it's just a dark video of basically someone walking around the upstairs of a building. It's just like the other videos where it's just somebody walking around and really nothing happening. And then he's always just like, well, I say him, but whoever's filming is just like always looking out the fucking window. And I mean, it all comes back to that first video of like, oh, if you hear some shit out your window, I mean, it's probably not because it's a fucking window to the world or anything, but like, you might see some shit out there, and that means that the fucking angels are coming.
There's some fucking stuff.
So they're always, it's just that, and it just cuts back to another like slide for the church, and they're like, hey, we hope to see you soon, my guy. And then that's where the video cuts out, and that is the third video, pretty much.
Do you know how I can sign Amelia up for this place? Because it doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah, you literally just toss her out the window.
Oh, bet. Okay, that's easy.
You just throw her out there.
They do. They'll know.
They're hiding in the tall grass, just waiting for me to leave her alone for a second.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to another video. So I know we just talked about Parousia Mission Church School Day, as well as a hurricane and some scouts, whether that be Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or Scout Angels. You will never know. This one is titled Missing Persons Case 451. And this starts just like the others with the Parousia Public Library title screen, the PowerPoint slide, the title date published. It was, what was it? September 13th, 99. Yada, yada, yada. And it goes on. It starts talking about a Parousia Police Department investigation report. And it's an investigation into the disappearance of somebody named Scott K. Reynolds. It apparently goes by the name Scott Kiley. It's a bad name. Don't go by that. Last known appearance was 5/4 of 96 in Willow Section, Parousia, New York. We get some other information about how police began looking in different areas, and we cut to this footage of what we assume is the police walking into a field, looking for this person, and at the bottom, we get some text that says it's walking through the field, a good location to hide a body.
Well, that's good. At least they found somewhere that you can hide a body.
You know, there's one place. We've got that first one on the list. We can just build from
just
there.
Go from there.
We're making steps in the right direction. So after this, we get another little bit of text that says crime scene footage at the bottom, and it's black, 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 and it cuts quickly to someone that looks like it's a camera angle that like jerks suddenly, and we see this man, and it's a video of somebody chasing a man, and the video goes like super red and distorted, and there's a bunch of sounds like agonizing wails or something like that.
You shouldn't antagonize whales.
They're
shouldn't gentle
antagonize
giants.
the whales. If you want, I think it's May through July, I believe, is mating season for whales in Hawaii.
Oh, cool. Okay, so
if anybody wants to go
see
get
them there.
go get your whale dorks in Hawaii.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so we get this video. There's a bunch of like these horrendous screams. I can't tell if it's screams. The audio is so heavily distorted. I can't really tell what is going on. The video I had a hard time actually seeing. It almost looks like the inside of a car, maybe, or like some seating. But you see like the flash of maybe it looks like a face. It's really hard to tell.
Is it potentially the sounds of whales coming?
I hope that's it, so we can put this mystery to bed.
Well, it is May, so we are in the mating season.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
We are, all the stars have aligned for it to be whales orgasming.
Thank you, Parabellum Public Library. You did this for us.
Thanks, Gunderson's nuts.
Can't even say the name right.
Parasocial Public Library. There you go.
So after this ridiculously distorted, glitched video clip, we get a cut to a very calm scene outside that's peering through some trees. We get various different shots of what looks like a yard and a house. We get this video of somebody going up to the attic saying hello, and we hear, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's muffled. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a bound and gagged person. I'm assuming it is, considering this video is talking about a missing persons case from the Parousia Police Department. But again, it doesn't show anything like that. There's so many window screens. Can we talk about how many fucking window screens are in the attic?
At least 4.
It's at least 4, probably 5, if I had to guess.
I may not know how to count big numbers, but I can at least say 4.
5.
4? That's almost 5.
Too many. So after we hear this gagged person, it cuts back outside. We get the close-up of the car seat back to a steering wheel. I thought I was going to throw up watching this video. The very end of it was very fucking Cloverfield.
Yeah, very,
for sure.
very
shaky
cam. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it was not great, but you could definitely it gave off the air that this person was being chased as they're running, and it's very strange. It's very chaotic. It's hard to really tell anything. And at the very end of it says, if you have any info about the identity of this man, contact Parousia Police at I'm not going to say it because I don't know if this number actually goes anywhere. People said that it didn't, but I don't trust the internet.
Do it anyway.
There's a lot of trolls on the internet.
I'll find out right now.
It's a number in New York. It's an actual area code for a number in New York.
New York.
But I don't think it has anything to do with anything either way. So, that's the end of video 4, the missing persons 451. After this, we break away from the norm. We get something called Safety Town, and apparently this is an episode of Safety Town that was pulled from. It was season 4, episode 2.
420 plays it.
And the description on this says Parousia Public Library is proud to present Safety Town, a public access show operating in Parousia from 1999 to 2003. After the archived tapes were donated to the library last year, the organization has taken up the duty of uploading the quirks of Parousia television to the internet. Safety Town was the passion project of Dominic Ford, a local who owned KUMF Recording Studio. Safety Town is a combination of original footage and archival footage from Parousia's past, a sort of gateway to the past. We will be posting the remaining episodes here as well, as soon as they are released from the content inspection by the local authorities. So we find a couple of things from this little bit of information. One, that Dominic Ford, that Doug was mentioning earlier, was a local to Parousia, New York, that owned KUMF Recording Studio, and that Safety Town, Kumpf, and Safety Town was one of the shows under his, jurisdiction.
This show
not the word,
sounds
but
boring. I'm not going to tune in.
It doesn't sound great.
I'm not going to tune into something called Safety Town. Now, Danger Town. Now, that's a show I'd watch.
Now, Come
Town.
Come Town 8. Cumpf Town. Now, Mike, don't slight it, okay? Let's just see what Safety Town has to offer. All right, so we're going to fade in. We're gonna
Exterior.
get a bonfire. We're gonna get a sultry saxophone playing in the background, and we're gonna get something that says Four Valley Studio presents Safety Town. It says original broadcast on February 4th of 2003. And then it says, do not watch if you have underlying mental, and then there's another word in a different type of font, but it's cut way the fuck off. You can't tell what it says at all. And then we fade back out. We fade into a Christmas tree that then fades out to airplanes.
Ooh.
And then it says produced by Dominic Ford. You know, really, it's high production quality. We're starting off well so far. This, we get some really random footage of a children's amusement park. And then it says, some text pops up on a black screen that says, landmarks of Parousia make it wonderful. And then we get a black and white photo that's honestly kind of illegible. You can't read much on it. It says the stable. And I'm assuming that means that's a landmark. But then you get like 2 or 3 random pictures that make it look like something terrible happened to the stable. If it was the stable, I'm not actually sure what I was looking at when I was looking through the pictures. They're some kind of building, and the very last one is like some kind of building, but part of it's not there, or it got it ruined or something. It's really hard to make out. I know I'm doing great with the information here. You guys are getting a lot for for Safety Town.
I'm picturing. I mean, I can see it in my head. It's clear as day.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
We then get a warning in red and some really creepy music that says, do not go into abandoned buildings.
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
The
My
windows
tax dollars pay for these buildings, so I'll go in them if I want. I'm an owner, dang it.
I mean, technically, if they're abandoned, they specifically don't pay for them.
No.
I really enjoyed the silence on that.
All right.
That was probably my favorite
All right.
part of the episode so far.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Are we still talking about Safety Town?
Oh, man.
Yes.
We are still talking about Safety Town, and the last thing that we were told from Safety Town is do not go into abandoned buildings. The windows are full of his shadow. Look closer, and you will see. And it zooms into this. So there's this building, and after Doug's part, it actually did put something together for me, so I kind of now know what this is, and I'll actually go into that in just a few bullet points here. So we go over. We see this close up. I couldn't see shit in the building. I think it was referring to somebody or something in the window, but I couldn't see anything. And then we get St. Paul's School in the early days, a bunch of random other pictures, a creepy farmhouse, and then we get the text, your death will open the pearly gates. And then we get a picture of a cathedral, and it says, the cathedral.
The cathedral.
Yeah.
Is this where the priest does a big molest?
I think this is gonna be where the room that Doug was talking about exists, and so we get this footage of a parking lot, and we get a puddle, and somebody's walking through past some trees, and eventually we see a steeple, and eventually we see a whole cathedral. You can kind of see the.
And then if you look inside, you see all the people.
It looks abandoned as. That's going to sound great with the latency, and I'm not fixing it. So we get this abandoned, cordoned off cathedral, and it's whoever's filming is pacing the outside, looking for a way in, can't find one. So they come back at night and they break in. And we get some video of them ascending the steps and breaking in, looking around, and eventually something actually just spooks whoever's filming, and they start looking around with the camera. They book it out of there. And then we get footage of them walking home, probably. They're on the sidewalk now, so they're away from the cathedral. The walking gets more frantic, and the hue begins to turn more and more red. Eventually they get home, they look out the window, and this shadow man appears outside with a hat. And you can't really make out what it is, but it's definitely a humanoid figure. And then we get the text, we hope you enjoyed this retrospective.
Oh boy, did I.
And then it hard cuts to video game footage of a point and click video game where you affix pictures of what looks like landscapes of nature two different easels, and there's one picture what looks like a light shining outside into a window. And then eventually you find a creepy clown image with a super contorted face.
I love that.
And then a big blue. Yeah, that was exciting. And you affix that right up, and then it says in yellow text on a blue background, tape end, and then it says close your eyes, and then there's 20 seconds of
your
nothing in a
eyes.
black background.
Well, that's because you closed your eyes, silly. You're not going to see anything.
I'm assuming that's what that was
Werewolf,
referencing, but I was hoping it
open
was
your eyes.
What is that?
fine.
It's from a game. It's called Werewolf. And
your eyes.
well, I
You'll never
ruined
guess
that,
what
huh?
it's called, Mike.
There it goes. Damn you, internet latency.
Who said you can't be funny with latency? All right. So that's the entirety of Safety Town. To give you an idea, this whole video is like 12 and a half minutes long.
That's the
It's
longest
by
one.
far the longest. Yeah, by far it's the longest one in the series. I also will argue that it's the one that gives away the least information.
That tracks.
I don't know.
Like, I guess meaningful information. So after this, the last one that I'm going over I found was a video called Public
Ayo.
Library Television Spot.
That's good stuff.
And it's gonna, you guys, I know you've been worrying about this. I know you've been just stressed. This is produced by and for citizens, and there are low Overdoofies.
Low Overdoofies?
Isn't that exciting?
Finally, low fees.
There are low Overdoofies.
They're
right,
low
there are
Overdoofies.
fees, and they're low. Low Overdoofies. I love the word over.
That's my new favorite
Overdoofies.
word, actually. Overdoofies.
Overdoofies.
I hate those Overdoofies.
Overdoofies. So this is the Overdoofy podcast now.
Really Overdoofy podcast.
So this is
Long Overdoofy. I don't know. I just can't stop saying it.
Here. So this is this is produced by and for citizens, and we go over some community content. And I'm assuming this is some content that you can find at the library. I don't know, but one of the things that you can find is bird's eye view cameras, which is, it looks like you can just log into like a drone that's just flying around and you can just see what the fuck's going on in town. You can do shop tours. That's pretty normal. You can see some different shops that are in town. And then there's a no text image, and it's of these like tire tracks in the snow, and there's this large dark mound. It's almost like monolithic. And this cuts to like this. It's either somebody's backyard or it's a street after a snow, like a street light in the front of a house. I can't really tell. We get the whole video darkens and some creepiness goes on, and it zooms into an area. But I'm gonna be honest. I watched this like 10-second area of the video like 87 fucking thousand times, and I could not see shit. I couldn't see anything.
It's too dark.
So I don't know if they're trying to suggest that something's there or not, but if they are, I couldn't see it.
Maybe that's the scare.
And that is the end. That's the end of Public Library.
You're not supposed to see it, Jason. That's part of the scary. It's your brain. What could be?
Right, but it's you're not supposed to show me that there is nothing there and then try to convince me that there might be. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah,
like
show
that.
me that there's something there, but convince me that there's
But
not.
what if there
Gaslight
was?
me.
Yeah, gaslight the shit out of me.
What if was?
But there isn't.
What if there was?
See, Doug's thinking right. I'm with Doug on this one. Anyway,
I'm just
so
letting
we're
you
gonna
know
move it
that
along.
what if there was?
In this well-lit room, what if there was something?
I'm telling you right now.
I don't know.
What if I was to look at your video camera? What if there was something there though?
So the next video that we have is called Scrapbooking 101. And this is introduced by the Meadow Injury Group, which sounds like a law firm that lives on the little house in the prairie.
Oh shit.
So,
adorable.
this is like your run-of-the-mill like slideshow type of deal. It's
PowerPoint.
basically telling you how like scrapbooks are fun, who can make scrapbooks? You're probably asking. Kids can, teens, they love them. The elderly, don't forget the elderly, they love scrapbooking. And the disturbed, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, disturbed.
Oh,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
is that not the right disturbed?
10,000 pics in my book.
I'm dropping plates on your ass, bitch.
I thought Mike was gonna say 10,000 fireflies, and go a completely different
That would've-
fucking route with that for some reason.
I'm going the Owl
Would you
City
want to see
route with it.
Disturbed cover Owl City?
I would actually listen
They
to
get
that
it
if
though, but
Disturbed
like,
did
what if
10 million fireflies.
What if 10,000?
But what if though? But like, what if
I
they did
fucking
that?
hate
Mike,
you too
imagine
right now.
this. All right, you're in your basement. I'm watching you in your basement right now, right? Don't
No,
what-
no, don't even
don't imagine it. What
Just look at your
if
basement.
there was though? You know?
Okay, so we are then asked if you could find some family members that you might know that are interested in scrapbooking. They could be living, they could be dead. Who cares? Just see if they're interested in scrapbooking.
We're not picky.
To make things easier, just let them find you. Let them find you. That's all. This is the words that are popping
Make
up on
'em.
the screen. Let them find you. Then boom,
Make them.
we go from the slideshow.
Shit.
We're at a VHS footage now. Okay, and there's this shadowy guy who turns a corner. There it goes. So now, here's what you're gonna need for your scrapbooking. Right, you're gonna need a binder. Okay, you're gonna need some paper. You're gonna need a belonging from a dead loved one. And this is what they use as an example is this like drawing of what looks like a kid named Patrick. I think the name's hard to see, but I think it's Patrick.
I think it's
really tell.
Patrick. It looks like Patrick from what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But
Right. And
no,
Patrick.
and then you
This
also
is
need a
Patrick.
photo of said dead one.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just gonna skip right
Keep
over
going,
you
Mike,
people.
you
What
got
does that
Now,
mean?
all you gotta do is just wait for the sun to fall. Okay? That's all you gotta do. Wait for the sun to fall. And we get footage of, you guessed it, man. We get VHS footage of the sunset. It's
I
just
will
watching
say,
the sun
Mike's
go
doing
down.
a great job at keeping the pace with the
is.
video he's watching and talking about at the same time. Because
I'm not even watching it.
I'm
I'm just reading my
it,
noties.
and I'm listening to you talk about it. And as you're describing it, the things are coming up. So remember when I said watch this video?
Yeah,
I
God.
totally derailed that at this point. But
Here you
like,
go.
Yeah, at this point, the opposite.
Yeah.
please, yeah, rewind
Go
a little
back
bit.
now.
Let me re-say this.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. So it's footage of the sunset.
Rewind the episode.
Yeah, rewind the episode and me.
Keep going. Keep talking.
And you get this footage of the sun setting, and then it shows like a door frame, and on the door frame you see like the sun coming through like the window, and now you hear like what sounds like a child crying, and I can't tell, but I'm like solid 68% positive that this is the crying of the witch from Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead?
Yes, I'm vaguely sure that's what it is. And now, if you just place all your items together, boom, someone's gonna be knocking on that door, and you just hear the knocking on the door. And don't open it though. Don't you open that door, and don't listen to him either. Don't listen to him. And then right at the end, you hear this big old scream. It's like, ah! And then it cuts to a thank you sign. It's like, oh, thanks for being part of the library. And that's scrapbooking for you right there. It's a jaunty old time. Yeah, that's... Did you shit yourself? Are you okay?
I'm
I
trying
didn't like
to
that.
because I think I have a better
I
time.
didn't like
yeah.
that
I'm
because I
sorry. I
couldn't
need to-
see your mouth
I gotta
moving.
turn.
But I heard the noise, so I was like,
Yeah, something was amuck with Jason. And amuck in his pants. So,
I mean, it does kind of look like I'm sitting on the toilet right now.
you might be in.
He could be on the shitter right now. That'd be ingenious, actually.
Yeah.
It does kind of look like I'm in a bathroom.
Just dropping
doesn't it?
deuce.
Yeah. You might be in a bathroom. Is that the only place that you could get away and record in peace? Is the toilet?
So not the
I'm
only
trying to
place,
figure
but
out
it's the place I chose.
what's to your right now, Jason.
Are those shoes?
Well, I meant like the
Here.
color.
No, the other.
Is that a tie? Is that what I'm seeing? A tie?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a tie. Yeah.
That's cool. That's great.
Anyway, so the next episode is called.
Yeah, to all of our audio listeners, we're doing commentary on what's
Is that a
behind
tie?
it.
Is that a
It's thrilling.
45 minutes
that
of
a
just
fucking
guessing
shit?
what's behind Jason.
That's there.
I
Now
did,
we're asking.
I did
real
something
Yeah.
to my mic.
The next
What
video
fuck
is
did I just
called-
do? All right, cool.
You're still here, don't worry.
Good.
We can hear you.
It's called Special Promotional Offer. Okay? Starts off, and it's like Capstone Music presents, in collaborations with New Pollution,
Yeah.
the Safety Town soundtrack. Hey, that's a callback. Would you look at that?
Oh yeah.
So, it's the perfect soundtrack for things like dead ends, fake people, and those hallucinations that are brought on by like the scouts and shit. Weird. Get a couple bows tied into this. You know what I mean? Some loose ends are tied into a bow here, and then we get this like VHS style footage again. This guy's on like a pasture. It looks like it's like meadowlands, and there's like farm animals all around and stuff. And then it starts to tell us the names of some of the hits from the Safety Town soundtrack. You have such bops as the Safety Town theme, and you also get the
Oh, I
jaunt.
love the jaunt.
And yeah. And while you get these soundtrack titles, again, you just kind of see these like foresty shots, and then you also get like some wooded areas. But wait, you're probably wondering to yourself, Michael, what the hell is track 4 called? Track 4.
You think of song
By
2
the titular blur.
Track 4 is called Song 2.
by the titular
Yeah.
blur.
Track 4 is called Nothing. And I'm not the word nothing, it's blank.
Actually, it's like
And not the
it's a
word
bunch
blank,
of
it's
underscores.
empty.
If we're being technical.
That's you. That's what you sound like. Yes, it's a bunch of underscores. Ominous. And then you're probably wondering yourself, like track 5, what's that one going to be called? Meadow. Oh yeah, it's nice. And you get little snippets of what like the soundtrack sounds like. And once we get to the underscore ones, it kind of dies down. It's a little bit more deep. The other ones are a little bit more upbeat and jazzy. Now track 6, you're like, whoa, Meadow? How can you top a Meadow? Track 6? It's called Fake People. It's for all those haters out there, all those fake people. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, faker. Now, fake news. Now, this is happening all with a video of the sunset and some slow down music playing in the background. We get some other titles. They don't fucking matter. One of them's like Crying Children.exe and just things like that. But they're not
That's
all
my
that
favorite.
pregnant. It's such a bop. The video then ends with this guy taking a video of some cows. There you go.
Good.
He's just like creeping
Good.
on some cows.
Yep.
Like he's like stalking them through the woods.
They deserve privacy too.
They
Dan.
do. Like, let them milk themselves in private. Their udders
Let
are
them
not
suck
for
each
your
other.
viewing.
No. Well, we went the same direction, Mike.
We're getting there. Yeah. So the
Return
last
it in
video
15
here.
days. All right.
Yes, you have to return this
Do
in
it.
15 days.
Or
Otherwise,
you'll die.
You'll die. It's like the Ring, but for your local
It's like
library.
the ring, but you'll
The
it's
library will come
you owe
and kill you.
$10.
Yeah, it's the Ring, but instead of dying, they just hunt you down for
But
a late
it
fee.
adds $10 to your library. Yeah.
So the last episode we have here is called Vantage Commercial, and it's an infomercial style video on this device called the Vantage Pro, and it's now has these new Navi
hell
buttons
yeah.
on it, and this thing kind of just looks like a 90s piece of like a 90s shitty PDA kind of thing, and it's got like these directional buttons on the bottom, and they're like, dude, this thing can do everything. This thing can show you the fucking
Dude.
weather, bro. It can tell you if it's the humidity outside. It'll tell you how much it's rained over the year, etc. and so forth. And the best part about this thing is the side buttons let you control various other programs. So there's like these side buttons. You have the little D-pad down at the bottom, and then up at the top are a couple additional buttons that say like temp and alarm and a whole bunch of other
Bro,
things.
does this come with fucking the Legend of Soltar on it?
Oh fuck yeah!
I am Soltar.
I mean, if it, you can run.
Doom on
There's a game called Clam Digger, and you just have to find parking, and that's all it is. I'm just making a really, really old Aqua Teen Hunger Force reference.
I can tell. and
Oh
I've
my
never
god!
watched
I
Aqua
don't
Teen,
even.
so-
I'm done. I'm out.
All right, I'll finish up the episode.
Please do.
So these side buttons let you control things like the temperature that in the room that you programmed it to. So you can set the temperature of like rooms. It's basically a thermostat. That's crazy. But wait,
Oh
Wait.
there's
shit.
that alarm button that I mentioned.
Push it.
Don't touch it.
No. Push
Don't
it.
touch
Why?
that alarm button.
Push it.
But I get, you know what? I guess if you feel like it, then I guess you should. You should. It's actually advised for a long life to push the button. So go ahead and push the button. The nice thing is, after you push the button, the phone will ring
They changed.
and there will be no answer. That
7
means
days.
that they will be on their way immediately. Do you say
Yep, that's
Zendaya?
exactly what I said. You heard me correct.
So that means that they are on their way immediately. Keep the door unlocked so they can enter, to make it easier for them. So go ahead, dude. Push that button. Go ahead. Push it away. Then it cuts.
I thought you just told us.
No, push it. And now we are cutting. Okay? We're cutting. And it closes on this VHS footage of this guy going from like room to room in this house, and the lights are off. And it ends with him opening a door, closing the door, and turning the light on. And then we end on a thanks for your purchase slide here. Now, that is the end of all the videos, all 9 of them here. That is the perforated public library.
That can't be correct.
It sure is, Jason. Now,
But
you're probably...
I don't know anything.
Yeah, right? So,
But I haven't learned anything.
here's what you can learn. Did that help?
Now that you say it like that, it made everything a lot clearer, and I don't know why you didn't just say that.
Yeah,
to begin
I
with.
should have just led with that.
Yeah.
No, it ends
You
and
just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah, it's definitely ends on I guess you could say a cliffhanger because nothing happens, but
But I don't care. That's the
boys, what do we think of this one?
Is it
Parousia
don't care
Public
already
Library.
that like this is just a big fucking doofy analog horror there's nothing coincides to each other. They have a few references. I'm all right. Let me back up here.
Doug's like, well, hang on, let me take my
Hold on.
yeah, let me take my heart medicine real quick before I get into this.
I gotta take my
no.
daily Bayer. Hold on 1 second. This is really
All right, so I don't like it. I'm gonna be upfront about it. All right, I don't care about it. I don't like it. Nothing made sense. I didn't get any answers. It was like 3 years ago, so we're not getting any answers at this point. Mike, do you want to just like tell us why this is here and for what reason? Because there's a big piece
Yes,
of this
I
whole
can.
thing that none of us mentioned about any of our videos.
I know. To be fair, it was mentioned 2 times very briefly, and I will say, you know what? I'm gonna mention it one more time right now. I will say the soundtrack to the Safety Town video was a fucking banger. Like, it was great. It was better than most of the other music in any of the other videos. It was awesome.
Yeah, and the soundtrack in mine was definitely a sound. Yeah, so if you go, this whole thing is very incoherent and doesn't make a damn lick of sense. And you're probably asking yourself when you're listening to this, like, hey, dude, what does this mean? So if you take a look over at the community tabs in the YouTube channel, you'll notice a lot of advertisements for a band called New Pollution. Hey, look at that. We've mentioned those words a couple times. The community tabs actually link to a Bandcamp site for New Pollution. And if you listen to some of the music, it sounds pretty similar to what's going on in some of these videos. You can also find, it seems like they also have either a tour of sorts or an album was dropping at this time called Exercises of the Suburban Mind, because you also find links to Wonderville, New York City events, and this is part of it. And it actually is happening like this year. Like it's I think this month is when this thing is happening. So it's kind of fun. But it does seem like they did a very poor version of Erotic.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This
is
I don't mind when a band or someone's trying to market, like, create a story.
Yeah, I mean, we see it with movies all the time.
An analog
and shit.
horror or
Like,
something.
it's fine. Like you can do that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But make it good. Make it cohesive.
Well, right. I mean, the assumption is that there's like at least the tiniest bit of lore built around whatever you're linking to this story for you to play off of. So if like, I think the thing you need to remember here is if you're using something like this, an analog horror, an ARG, anything like that is story, albeit very loosely, but story driven, you need to have some kind of story element to what you're promoting.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to promote a band, you need to create something. Kind of like how KFC Murder Chicks integrated themselves into this whole storyline of like this keyword that got like ruined
I
your
think
fucking life.
and I think also
like
they
that.
spent 9 videos of worth of time. Like they had to have taken a bunch. Like I mean, I'm sure it didn't take them too long to do all of this, but like it had to have taken them some amount of time to make these 9 videos. They had to do some sort of recording, like video for these videos, or this person, whoever they really are, did. And I think they just like, I don't know, like shit, like they had like some massive ADHD and just like could not formulate a full story into like one piece. Like they couldn't, like they had like 45 plots going at one time, and just
my
like
God.
couldn't sit there.
I completely I forgot about the fucking scouts.
Well, that's
because
the
you
whole
said they
thing,
couldn't find a storyline. Like,
Yeah.
where did they go?
So some of it makes sense to me in an essence. Like, for example, I could put up with that there's no cohesive story, because if you go to the YouTube page, it tells you like, hey, this is a gathering of videos from random people that they got at the public library. So these were like videos that were donated to this library. That's like the theme. So like to me, fine. If it doesn't make sense, that's okay, because they're just random videos found at this library that were uploaded to YouTube. Okay, fine. But they tried to mesh them together at some points. Like we hear the Safety Town comes up in multiple videos. Fucking Dominic Ford does. New Pollution does. So it would have made sense, and it could have made more sense if they kept it all kind of like an anthology, like each video is its own different thing. But they try to tie everything together, which, in my opinion, kind of clashed with what I think the original concept was. And
I guess the question I have is what, like, this is an analog horror, which means the way it's set up is that somebody is trying to inform somebody of something, and that's usually how analog horror is set up, because it's like, hey, somebody found something they weren't supposed to. Now let's make sure that other people know about it. I don't know what that thing is, though.
I will say in the lieu of just everything, obviously we all think that it's not up to par with where it should be. I'm not a content creator. I'm a content reviewer. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to do anything better than this, and I say that loosely because
We tried
I
once.
mean, yeah, right. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's total trash. I'm not saying that like they should give up on their dreams or anything like that. But like, I think it's for what they were trying to do. I think they could have done better for sure. It is what it is. Realistically, like it's just it is what it is. That's my review of what this is. Like realistically,
I think we just. I think I think we just have notes, and I think like this is. I mean, some of the concepts that I ran into, like hearing the words like a scout angel, like that puts so many connotations and thoughts in my head that are kind of terrifying. It makes me think of like, oh, is this an analog horror about like a war between like heaven and earth in some weird like. And these are like some weird home invasions where these angels are kidnapping people, and that could be very well what's happening, but I don't.
yeah.
I have no idea. Like,
Yeah.
and anytime they started to go forward with one thing, they like stopped and they tried to do another thing, and that's all fine and good if you're world building. But the notes that I'd like to give are that you did some of the tropes right, like the creepy factor was there, and had there been a little bit more to invest in, I would have been hooked a little bit more. But because like there just wasn't that central theme of like why are these 9 videos important? Like there's got to be more than these just 9 videos in the library archive.
Well, that's
for
the
an
thing
entire
too
time.
that
like there just has to be.
Yeah.
I think that's what
So why are
upset me
these
too is
9?
like I started off doing the research, and as soon as I had that second video where it was literally just like someone's B-roll of just like actual hurricane that happened somewhere without anything added to it, like they literally added a title card, and then they just were like, I'm gonna just stuff this B-roll here, and that's my video. That's my whole video. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to sound like a dickhead, but like,
yeah.
do better. Like, that's so lazy.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not trying to poo-poo it that much. I mean, it definitely, like you said, I can never make anything, and I couldn't make anything that looks a fraction as good as this. But I am just gonna throw it out there again. Like, I'd be okay with the stories not making sense altogether if you're going for that anthology theme that like the bio of the YouTube channel made it seem, because it's from a library. But because they tried to put it all together, that's where they lost it. Too many ideas. Yep. If that was the case, you should have stuck to like making the theme like, oh, like a kid goes to this library and they find a weird book or they find a weird book or a story or something in the library, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go back to see if I can find more information on it, and they go back to that library and find more, and then weird things start happening at the library where like people are watching him at the library, and he's being stalked by these scouts for the library because he's finding too much of this weird hidden information.
Don't give him ideas, bro. Save that for us, bro.
And you should have done something like like that if you wanted, but I don't know. I like you guys said, they tried to mesh the storylines together. It didn't work.
I think the concept of this would have, honestly, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this after all the comments we've made about this, but if they had done an Ash Vlogs with this, it would have worked out better. And I don't mean make a story so convoluted that they can't finish it and then stop caring about it to go make a movie. I don't mean that. What I mean is, when the theme that ran throughout Ash Vlogs was that you had this very normal set of videos, but attached to them were these very abnormal sets of videos that put questions in our brains like, well, what the fuck's going on here? So like, let's say they had a videotape from the library, and like all these 9 videos were just normal videos that you find in the library. Now, if you would put a link, an unlisted video link in the description, let's say somebody recording the exact same video with from a phone on a computer screen or something, but it's like the original version, and it's like super fucked up and horrifying. I think that would have worked a little bit better here as well.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a number of things.
I don't really know what
Go ahead, Douglas.
Could have I guess saved this in my eyes. Again, it's watchable. It's not like something that you can't sit down and just take in for the 9 videos that it is. It's not like it's like the worst thing.
It takes
but
45 minutes.
It does
tops,
leave a lot
like-
of questions. It leaves a lot to be desired. It leaves you kind of just wondering like what's this actually about, I guess. And I guess that's the thing when we talk about
Yeah.
analog horrors, that like, a lot of people are doing it right now. There's a lot of, few and far between good ones, I guess, for lack of a better word. But that's not to say that like, people didn't try to do something different, but like this one just like, I don't know. I felt like I think I liked the fact that they used a lot of footage, like actual footage that they made, which is good.
Yeah.
It wasn't just purely a slideshow. But like, I mean, let's be real. Like the footage they did have had nothing of substance for the most part, which kind of was upsetting. Because like I thought at least at some point I'd see a video and like, like maybe something creepy would happen, or there'd be something in the corner, or like something that you could catch, and
Yeah.
it just kind of didn't happen. So like, again, thank God it's a shorter series, but I don't know. I think
Thank God there's
maybe
not
it needs
more.
more. Maybe it needed less. I'm not really sure actually, but yeah. Sorry if you're
very
the
funny.
creator of this. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what to say about that one, but
Yeah, and again, like I see some creativity in this. So like if you're the creator and you're listening, like apologies if we're bashing it or whatever, but like I do see some good ideas here. I do see some good, like, fun, interesting things going on here. So I would say, like, next time if you're gonna make one, don't like. I feel like you put more time and thought into it than just making it an advert for your band.
do
Like,
better.
to me, it feels like there wasn't much heart in this other than band advertisements. So just do it because you want to make an analog horror, not because you're trying to advertise for a band, I would say.
Well, it's also an excuse to build some lore around your band, and then you can if you're doing it for your band, that would give people listening to your band something else to talk about when they're talking about you. Like it's symbiotic and complementary.
You know what else we could talk about?
But you have to put in the work. What?
How you could go to Deludi.com.
Mike's like, get us out, get us out.
Well, no,
We're
I
done?
guess.
No,
Do you
I
guys
really
have
don't.
anything else to say on it? I guess. Yeah.
No, I liked. It could use work for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
happy
it's
we
been a
came
while.
back to analog horror.
Yeah.
I again, I will say I'm glad we
It's been a
covered
minute.
this. Like I don't want people to think that like
Yeah.
we just won't cover analog horror anymore. But we're gonna cover the
Fucking
good, the
hate our
bad,
lives
and the
now.
ugly, and that's just how it's gonna be. And you have to deal with it, especially Matt.
Ha. Especially Matt. Hope he's listening to this.
Honestly, I would argue that the things that we find that we don't necessarily enjoy all that much are some of our better episodes, simply because commiseration through solidarity. It's great.
Well,
Or other way around. You know what I meant.
you can not be that if you go to deludi.com and you become a member there. That'd be
Yes.
super dope. You can also go to patreon.com/deludipod, become a member there. You can buy me a coffee.com/deludipod if you want to buy us some coffees. But let's be real, it's going to be booze. You can do other things as well. Like you can go to our socials. We're at DeludipOd or Don't Look Under the Internet. Everywhere you look, even if you go to the old YouTubes where you can drop a like and ring the bell. If you go to like Spotify or something, make sure you leave a review for us. We would appreciate that a lot. iTunes as well. Those 5 stars go a long way. And then you could also send us an email at deludipod@gmail.com. And you could actually text us or give us a phone call at our Google phone number. Our Google phone number is 630-909-9366. If you text us, we text back. If you leave us a voicemail, we put it at the end of the show, like what might happen here if we have any left. I don't really remember. But, again, that's 630-909-9366.
I think I have one.
You didn't even mean to do that to me, but you still found a way to cut me off.
Hey man,
Life
the
finds a
universe,
way.
it knows what it wants.
I guess. That's all I really got to say. If you're gonna go to the library, make sure you get that book back in time. Otherwise, they will hunt you down and they'll probably put a bullet
15
through your
days.
head because those late fees, they do not fuck
The
around.
Overdoofies.
No,
Yes, Doug, what do you say, Pete?
What do I
Overdoofies.
gotta say? I don't know.
Yeah.
Overdoofies.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I don't know. Slap your beans together. Slap your beans together.
My favorite part is how I could tell Doug's heart is in this episode for sure.
I can also tell how hard Doug is too.
Oh Jesus, that's not what. Okay. Anyways, yeah, again, beans, slap them together as per usual. Maybe just think before you make an analog horror. Just do that for me. Just think hard and long about, should I be doing this right now? And if the answer is no, that's good. That's good.
Let it be. Jason, what say you?
I mean, as always, stay fucking paranoid for all the right reasons.
The Overdoofies?
Those Overdoofies, man. They'll get you.
Overdoofies.
They'll fucking get. They'll get you. I can't stop thinking about Overdoofies. I'm gonna go downstairs and Kelly's gonna be so confused because all I'm gonna say is Overdoofies, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" So thank you. Overdoofies.
Just wait until
Overdoofies.
Because if you say it all together like that, she's not gonna know. And then when you like slow it down, she's gonna be like, "God damn it." Overdoofies. Overdoofies.
All right, so we're going to end the episode on that one, aren't we?
Overdoofies.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice rest of your day. And just remember, Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints loves you.
Bite you on your dick on the way out.
Overdoofies.
Overdoofies.
Bye.
Overdoofies.
And I'm done recording now.